This is in Shir Hashirim, in Song of Songs. Tz'ena Ur'ena b'nai Tzia. Go out and see and gaze, daughters of Zion, B'melch Shlomo. Gaze at King Shlomo, Solomon. B'Torah, at the tiara, the crown. She'atar le'imai, that his mother crowned him. B'yom chasunasei, on the day of his wedding. Or b'yom simchas libay, on the day of the joy of his heart. And now the Mishnah interprets, what are these 2 days? Of course, the day of the wedding is the day of the joy of his heart. But according to the Mishnah here, it's talking about 2 separate days. And it's also that the metaphor, the bride and groom is God, or even King Solomon, and the daughters of Zion is Solomon is God and the Jewish people. So the day, his wedding day, that is the day of giving the Torah on Mount Sinai. And as we know, that it was at Mount Sinai, it was also seen as the chuppah, the canopy, and that the receiving the Torah was like the kiddushin, right? The taking on the actual marriage vows, like and the ring, that the luchot, the Torah, the 10 Commandments, it was like the ring being passed on. So that is the wedding day. What's the day of the joy of his heart? Is a binyan beis hamikdash. This is the building of the temple, not just the temple that Solomon built, the first temple, or even the second temple, but there's 2 ways to read it. You could say, yes, it is the Solomon temple, and then the mission ends off, that will be built speedily in our days. So this is also a reference that this also includes the building of the 3rd Beit HaMikdash temple with the coming of Mashiach. Okay? So and this is how the Mishnah ends. Okay? So here too, by the way, is another, we see it openly here, that's not just the men gazing at the daughters of Jerusalem, and so the daughters of Jerusalem also have their gaze, namely at King Shlomo, King Solomon. And it's interesting because the author of Shir Hashirim is attributed to Shlomo himself, and the whole love story setup, and the back and forth between the lover and the beloved, or whoever you back and forth, and each meeting up, and he running off, and then she pining for him, and her speaking with her friends, the daughters of Jerusalem and Zion, that is all seems like it is almost a bit autobiographical with King Shlomo, of his own personal early romantic passionate love, like as maybe a young adult, for sure, maybe even as a teen or whatever age back in biblical times they would frolic about. So it's interesting in here, Shlomo writes himself that go out and gaze at the King Shlomo, right? Today. Okay. Before we go to the Mishnah, I remembered actually a few years ago. Right. Steve says it reminds him of Tz'ena Ur'ena. True. For me personally, a few years ago, I came up with a Niggun. As you know, I come up with Niggun once in a while. So I came up with a Niggun to this verse, Tz'ena Ur'ena. So maybe as a bit of a musical interlude, I'll just sing it for you here. And I'm keeping the text up on the screens in case you want to follow and see the words as we sing along, or as I sing it, so you could see. All right, so here it goes. Tz'ena Ur'ena Beyayim chasunatzai, oveyayim simchas liboy. 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 I'll do it in English. Oh, go out and gaze, O daughters of Zion. 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 King Solomon upon the ground, crowned by his mother. Oh, on King Solomon upon the ground, crowned by his mother. On his wedding day, on the day of the joy of his heart, on his wedding day, on the day of the joy of his heart. On his wedding day, on the day of the joy of his heart, on his wedding day, on the day of the joy of his heart. So there it is, little minstrel-like romantic interlude there for to be up, and that is in fact the point. So twofold. By the way, in this part of the Mishnah, of saying that in this verse, Tz'ena Ur'ena, going out, there's both the day of Matan Torah, giving the Torah, and the day of building the Beit HaMikdash. That is also a code, a hint of what's related also to Tu B'Av in general, and why Yom Kippur is also included as a great holiday also. Okay.